Today I'm going to share with you going to trade school. There was an open house for a 2-year program at Williamsport Community College, and my mother encouraged me to go, so I quit the driving job and went to school for diesel mechanics. By the time I graduated, the community college had become part of Penn State. As part of my schooling, I was taking some truck driving courses. You need to be able to test drive the vehicles you're working on. But there was the problems I had with my left knee. I could handle the clutch. What happened was, and this was a really scary moment, I was driving down this hill and couldn't get the clutch back in, so the truck was coasting downhill and picking up speed. The instructor kept me calm and helped me slow it down. He said if you slam on the brakes, you will jackknife. Fortunately, he stayed calm. He had to be calm because he knew that otherwise I would panic. The instructor then recommended I undergo knee surgery. He'd been in a truck accident a few years before, and he said it really helped him to do normal movements again when he got that surgery. I talked to my parents about it first, and then went to the doctor and got x-rays for a while. For a while, my doctor didn't want to do the surgery because he wasn't sure if it would work or not. But Mom and I talked to him and finally convinced him to do it. The doctor wanted to be truthful and make sure we knew that it might not work. Still, I wanted to try and see if it would help. It was supposed to be an outpatient surgery and took 4 or 5 hours. I was a little bit scared. I was still living at home then. Some parents were there for me. My mother said she loved me before I went in for the operation. That meant a lot. My parents were there when I woke up in recovery. I was in a lot of pain, and doctor said it was best that I stay overnight. The next day when I left the hospital, there was a snowstorm. So my parents couldn't come in to pick me up. The staff drove me home in the ambulance, but I could feel the backsliding like it was coming off the road. I had rehab and there were snowstorms in the middle of that too. Some days I couldn't get there. I was impatient because I wanted to get to the appointments and get walking again. I realized it wasn't safe enough to go. There was my impatience again. My parents had a small Chevy Cavalier, but since my leg had to be straight, I couldn't get in that car. I had to go in their pickup. The rehabilitation was painful. The therapist put weights on to try and get my legs straightened back up. I ended up opting out of painkillers because I couldn't function on the medicine they were giving me. Mom noticed that. They said try Tylenol, and it was hard to do that too. I had pain as a result. One day the therapist put me on a new machine and I passed out. They had to take me off that and put me on the mat. I think it was something about the blood flow. But I was determined I wanted to walk again. It took almost a year to get used to my legs back, but I did start walking again. During that time I needed help to take showers and get dressed. I couldn't do that by myself at that time. It's hard when you're used to being an adult independent, and then you have to accept help like that.